Hello, vicarious mercenaries, proxy ninjas, and pop culture PhDs. So here we are. We are finally at our summer hours. Here we are back in the rec room, coming at you from Studio E on Hyperstream 2.1. Well, it's not a Throwback Thursday anymore. It's now a Throwdown Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you are new and don't know what this rec room is, well, whether you are a creator or spectator or somewhere in between, this is your virtual lounge for pop culture randomness, a double dose of gaming, and a deluge of dry humor. So, we have been rocking some MechWarrior for well over a year, and we still have not thrown in the towel yet just because there's still stuff to explore. So, I guess let me start with what's going on for housekeeping, schedule, and all that stuff. Firstly and foremost, I want to say thank you to Maven for swinging by, sharing out the show, and she dropped some gold pills on us from Pill. It's good to see you stopping by. So I hope everybody's doing well up there. I've been obviously disconnected for quite some time with my schedule being all jacked up. So I'm hoping now I'll start to see some people again with being on at an earlier hour. So speaking of which, talking about our schedule mix up right now, at least for the summer, which is the better part of a couple months at least, we are taking our Tuesday and Thursday times and we're bringing them down a couple. And so instead of being at 10:30 p.m., we're going to be at 8 p.m. with the hopes that that makes it a little bit more accessible for everybody. Plus, it makes it a little easier for me. It means I'm not like half falling asleep by the time we get done. Maybe it even increases the chance I might play a little longer if possible. I mean, it's still going to be around a 2 hour mark just to see how much we can get done. But our Sunday official outing is still going to be at the same time of 7 p.m. So no changes there, especially if you're fixed for that one. That one, at least, we've had at least one a week where we can stay on track. And one of the other benefits is that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there is a chance of having a summer bonus bash. Get tongue tied already. Bonus bash episode. And I have several games. I mean, actually, I have more than three. So the thing is, I'd like to keep it to three, but unless any of them are quick and we get through them right away, then we'll get into some of the others, or maybe I'll just mix it up at random. So my intent will probably be to stream around 8 p.m. for those as well. But hey, if something comes up or if I'm late, yeah, that's part of it. I'm not going to write those into the official schedule. We already got that started as of last night. So for starters, we are working on Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate for PlayStation 4. That is a hack and slash game, of course. It is the only hack and slash game I actually own. So if you want to know how I got into that, we'll check out the first episode. But if not, you want to wait till later. We're basically just going to be running around, whacking a bunch of NPCs with giant weapons and a lot of different characters. I haven't played the game almost since I first bought it, almost 10 years ago. So again, it kind of feels like a fresh experience to me. And I like keeping the spotlight on when games were games. So that is one that we're working on. The other two that are going to be of priority to start with, depending on if I get everything situated with ownership of said games, one that I'd like to do is Invisible Ink. So we did XCOM Enemy Within last year. Invisible Ink is like almost straight out of the same playbook in terms of its game mechanics, but the thing is, it's more stealth and espionage driven, and it's definitely got a different art style. So it's not necessarily top of my list, but of course, because I love the XCOM format, I do want to get that one into rotation. So stay tuned for that one. A good chance of firing that up next week. Another one um, is another game called Stealth Inc., which I owned at one point for the PlayStation Vita. It's a game I never finished, and even if we revisit that, I may still never finish it because it gets increasingly difficult. But at least for a couple episodes, it might be fun to do some of the puzzle solving on that game. And of course, I do really want to get back to Turtles. I just worked on trying to acquire a physical copy of Turtles Shredder's Revenge with the DLC included. Now, granted, we did a little exploration of that last year. I really only did like one episode to cover the new content, but there's still so much more to do in terms of unlocking costumes. I think I'd really like to do a season two of that and start from scratch. So stay tuned. I don't know if that's going to make it rotation yet, but again, if something like Stealth Inc. is very short, then I think it'll increase the chances of get Turtles or something in sooner. So those are some of the things on deck. Also, I'm not scripting this for an exact time, but tomorrow night I believe we'll get our first episode of Cooperative Laboratory started. So, for any of you out there who enjoy doing couch co-op games, split screen, that kind of stuff, well, this is going to be for you. And we're going to start off with the team based, the co-op missions from Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. So you may have noticed that because we focused on that for our first Last Land Standing game, and that will eventually get rotated out from a multiplayer sense, but it's only got a few missions, so we're going to rotate that in for co-op. And there's a lot of other things I want to do for co-op, including Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries. We're going to do some Metal Slug, and that will all depend on guest availability. So, of course, it's not as easy for me to commit to say when things are going to happen for those because other people are involved. But those are some of the things headed your way coming from Enforcer Media. And I think that's it from schedule and content. I guess under the hood, been a busy day, not as productive as yesterday, but Ascendant Chaos, I am finally into Act 2. So I'm hoping to get Act 1 at least submitted to our proofreader here pretty soon. I am plugging away at our audio, so that should be pretty close to on time. Usually our new release timeline for the month is middle of the month. So it's the 13th, so I know we're pretty close, and I'm getting pretty close to being done. So timing is overlapping there a little bit. Of course, there's a little bit of flex, built into that. But once I get chapter 5.2 released, I want to get the prologue finished because I'm that close. I did have to do a little bit of re-recording on that, and then hopefully I can get the prologue polished up, hopefully onto YouTube and Odysee, because so far it's only been on Gab, which got pulled, Rumble, which we don't use, and of course Patreon. So it is available to the public on Patreon, so we do have content that is available for free. Also, as a free member, even, you do get access to both the prologue and chapter 1. Chapter 1 needs a little polish too, so that's part of the plan next after the prologue. But if you are a paid member at any level, you get access to all the chapter content thus far, and we are well into chapter 5 of a 600-page novel. Virtually, it's about 590, so I'm rounding up here. But that is currently where it's at with me having all known content finished. I am working through edits. I am working on continuity fixes. So Ascendant Chaos is going to be massive, and that is just one book out of the 4-book plan. I know that the second book is even longer, and man, I am going to need a lot of time to get this finished. So I'm thankful to have the summer available, and that's why things are kind of accelerating to try to get as much work done while the time is available. And of course, I'm trying to make it advantageous for you guys so we got some more content. But that is what is going on under the hood of Enforcer Media. So as far as pop culture or my 2 cents, I don't have a lot. So I think I watched some videos today. People were over on Odysee were talking about, apparently Capcom did a poll and was showing the demographics of who plays games, what games are most of interest. So I don't really have any further comments to add to that. It's just interesting to see that the general takeaway is that their results surely don't match what the ESRB and the other, woke entities want you to believe. So it is interesting to see that there are numbers that support the kinds of games that people want to see versus the games that are shoved down their throats. So, like I said earlier, we're trying to keep the spotlight on when games were games. You just make a game, you make it fun, you make it interesting, good story, good characters, fun action. You're pretty much good. You don't need to force agenda. You don't need to make things ugly intentionally. So there's just a lot of stuff that, is a big turnoff for the direction games are going. So here we are on MechWarrior 5, which is a game that came out in 2019. I think it only came out in 2021 for the PlayStation 4, and we do have all DLC available, and really this is, for the most part, the newest game in the Rec Room rotation, other than Turtles Shredder's Revenge. And thankfully that hopefully should change by fall, because I am looking forward to Metal Slug, which again, take a classic formula, improve it, polish it, keep the same content, you're good to go. So I'm kind of looking forward to that versus, you can take the entire slate of Microsoft titles that they announced, and I just shrugged my shoulders. And I used to be pretty hardcore into Microsoft support on the gaming side, but that pretty much ended as the 360 ended, because starting with Xbox One, I checked out. They wanted to do digital only, and that was not going to fly here. So I fingers crossed. I would love for, at one point, if MechWarrior 5 gets a physical edition with all these, that would be fantastic. I don't know for sure if it's going to happen, but unfortunately, in some cases, there are a couple things that are digital only, usually of the smaller scale games or for the add-ons. It's part of the process. Not everything gets physical support, understandable, but at the same time, as much as possible, try to, here we're trying to support that, which is a physical copy, a complete edition, something that doesn't require an internet cable and does not allow the developer to change your experience after you purchase the product. Case in point. So, sorry, got a little detour there from starting to talk about MechWarrior, but we are on episode 68, which are called Reveng-er-ing, because it has taken us 50 years of in-game time to really start making progress again on the game's kind of wonky, lifeless, seemingly lifeless story about revenge. It is actually finally got a couple plot twists now, which I guess I wasn't really expecting. But we finally, I think, finished a mission with that last week, and I think we're going to try to make a little bit more progress. Now we may have to stop and do some generic missions again to make some money, or maybe we'll take on a couple scripted ones that we haven't done yet. But we are still plugging away at this game until I feel like we've either finished the story or finished most of the scripting missions. Scripting, I say scripted, meaning within each combat zone, there's usually at least one defined mission set. It might be 2 to 4 pieces, but usually it's at least a static level in the sense that it's not changing every time you play it versus the procedurally generated missions, which you can find all over the place. Those are going to vary. Those are just basically, hey, fulfill an objective, get paid. Stuff is randomized every time you play, which is okay, but it obviously doesn't create the same sense of awe for like, hey, man, this scenario is really cool. You get to see the sunrise and you had 5 mechs converging on you. So those don't have the same kind of craftsmanship that the scripted missions have. So I mean, it is still fun to do the scripted ones over just doing random stuff outside of when necessary to get cash. But we are going to continue on, see what we get. And here we go, back on episode 68, and get a smorgasbord of randomness. And I'm probably not even signed into the right profile, because I did change that. So let's give me a second here. Nope, I did. How about that? Thought we might have had a delay of game. So yeah, 18,000 is somewhere in the ballpark of 50 years. On an audio standpoint, it's been hit or miss whether Odyssee's been capturing our audio or not. And then also they've sent some remarks out about YouTube possibly forcing ads on the videos, and so they're scrambling to try to capitalize on, hey, come over use Odysee instead, which kind of a mixed bag, even though we do like Odysee, just been some technical issues. I'm also trying to get better at keeping the mic closer to my mouth, so you're not having to strain to hear me over the game audio. Now, some of you might want that because I might be kind of boring, but for the most part, I'm trying to make it so it's not difficult to hear one or the other. So if anybody's ever listened and has that problem, as always, just sound off in the chat, let me know. I do try to keep it audience friendly, but technical things do happen, and don't always catch that since I'm not on the audience at the same time. So, okay, so let's take a look at our map here. I believe we are flying in for repairs. We've got a hero mech that popped up, and I think this is the one we want for the campaign. Yep, so if Rihanna's the employer, but let's double check that relative to the objectives to make sure I marked it correctly before we left.
Ready, sir. Let's get to work.
So we want objective logs, and Blood and Treasure is the campaign. So we'll head there. It's kind of nice. That pays 3.5 mil for a change. All of the rest of our cantina missions here are pretty much just things for the sake of cash. We have completed everything in career mode here except for Mech Hunter. So really, we just got to take out mechs, and that's pretty much it. So unless we get a better cantina mission that gives us something easy. So right now we've got Annihilator and Stalkers, which we see Stalkers. Annihilator, not going to hold my breath, so if we do find a better one, we need to get it in there. So let's double check, get our repairs going. Yep, we have not started those yet. We got 18 mil, so we're doing okay. Our payment of 2.6 is reasonable, but I think we must have acquired something because we had it around 2.3. So we took the Corsair for a spin out, or out for a spin. We took it for a spin out, man. It was totally doing like barrel rolls. We took it out for a spin last week. It's okay. It's heavy. I mean, it's nice to have another 95, but I don't know if I remember being blown away. So during the campaign mission that we finished, they said something about finding Mason's father's mech, and there was a message encoded in it. I didn't see us get any other mech, and I don't remember if one of these that we acquired was related to that story mission or if we got something new, because most of this looks like stuff we already had. Maybe it's in the hangar and Fahad's just working on it, and who knows. So we'll leave that alone for now. We're going to check the equipment while we're here just to see if there's anything tempting to buy. Now, this game has a lot of options. I tend to lean toward a couple specific things, mostly like lasers and machine guns. There are some very, very heavy rifles, but they depend on having a very heavy mech, which I don't care for using super heavy mechs because then they become super slow. So, unfortunately, I don't give like a fully rounded experience. I mean, I do like to try things to mix it up, but at the same time, from a, hey, let's get through a series of missions here, I tend to gravitate towards a specific playstyle. So hopefully, I'll try to keep some variety in here, but if I don't see anything, then kind of defaults back to common preferences. Okay, so it looks like there's nothing much to pick up here. Thankfully, we got our dragon and our other mech collection stuff out of the way. I think we got it after completing the other job. Okay, so we want to fly out of here. I think we're going to fly this way first. Looks like that probably would have... No, I guess it's only an extra stop. It's not going to hurt us too bad. So the story definitely may sound like some subterfuge going on with encoded message and somebody setting up Mason Sr., or like he actually used to be outside of the realm of good guys, so it's hard to know. Maybe somebody was coming after him, had some dirt on him. Yikes, that is hideous. Let's buy it. No, just kidding. I don't know if I'd want to buy that. No, well, we can't afford it, so I guess that's good. So that's a waste. So I don't think I've ever seen that. I think I would have recognized something that ugly. I mean, it's kind of weird. It like got the Egyptian hieroglyph dog on the shoulder. This is weird. So I mean, it's those markers or markings aren't exactly random. They're not really cybernetic or anything either, but they chose pink and silver as the dominant colors. I'm not a fan of the Zeus to begin with, so I mean, maybe it would be better than a normal Zeus. But let's see, does it have a... Let's see, I don't know if this tells us what level the hard points are. So it says autocannon 5, but you can put a small and a heavy hard point, so I don't know if that's advantageous. So, kind of don't care. So yeah, we can't afford it. We're not going to bother. Well, let's get out of here. Alright, time to get some revenge, or keep chipping away at the revenge meter. I also noticed that, yes, as intended, we are actually on a night when MechWarrior viewership is much higher. Because when we switched to Tuesdays, I noticed that the viewership was always consistently lower than on Thursdays. So I'm not trying to treat this too much like a business or anything, but, you know, sometimes if you can get a little bit of an edge, it might help. So, okay. Kill 3 Battle Masters for 5 mil. Not that we care about the laser, but hey, if we get 500 mil and get the job completed or get closer, that's not bad. So we'll add that one. We do run into Battle Masters on occasion. Not as frequently as Annihilators, but once in a while. Okay, so we are at destination. So it's an 80, weight class 360. Ooh, Death's Legion, scary. They have a weapons storage plant, whatever. Eliminate and make way for salvage. Heavy mech support, so expect an extended fight. Okay, well that's good to know. So in other words, I should not run in with the lightweight tinfoil fire starter. The glass cannon, I don't even know if it qualifies as a glass cannon. It's more like a glass water pistol with a fire hose. Okay, so let's get a save going here because we have higher probability of messing this one up. Grumium, whatever you want to call it. How about we pick this, backspace, and then go 8. There we go. Trying to minimize button presses. Alright. Okay, so it's kind of in our favor that we got some heavier stuff now. So yeah, we'll want some damage coverage. Maybe some salvage. Getting 3 plus salvage, that might be okay. Mission said, take away their toys.
Heavy weather warning is in effect, Commander. Your visibility and sensor readings will be compromised.
Okay, so if I gave her the Corsair, then I'm not too worried about losing stuff. It's got a 101 for damage, 101. Also, not 101, 112. Okay. Mine's at a 26, haha. It's amazing for that 26, I can still do some pretty serious damage. But anyway, we're not running in with a lightweight. I have not really used the archer much. I mean, I got lasers, lots of missiles. I think my missiles are still under, aren't they? Oops. Yeah, my missiles... So if we put another 35, I could clear it. Let me put that in there for now. The Agincourt. But... Battlemaster might be advantageous. That would then put us up 15. We'd go over. I'd have to bring somebody down to the Cyclops and maybe the Hatamoto Chi. I should just start calling the Hatamoto or a Warhammer. Kind of. So my heavy fallbacks are usually the Mauler and the Battlemaster, even though those are both reasonably under 100. I like the Annihilator, but, man, is this thing slow. So if we say extended, as long as we're not worried about walking 2 miles an hour, got some firepower on it. Need to call this one the Mech Popper, because we got 4 of my favorite ACX solids. Alright, alright, we'll try this with the Agincourt. Let's see if I can't finally get Commander Mason's missile statistic up into number 10. And we're under, and everybody else is pretty heavy. Oh, we do already have the Cyclops deployed for Captain Morgan here. Alright, let's go. Let's see what happens. Clear out all forces, so we do not yet know if that's going to change on us. That's interesting. The Agincourt, or the Archer here, has a very low cockpit, considering I'm still looking under the bridge, even though it's a 70. Staring at the midsection of these ones, which are much taller. Okay. Oh, wow. So they're dropping right next to us. So, with a new mech, because I don't think I've piloted this before, let's double check our lasers. Yeah. Ah, it's got my favorite music tune going. Alright, so lasers on 1, I believe. We don't have any ballistics. So let's go short-range missiles on the secondary. Let's go long-range after that, and that's probably going to be some serious overheating, but it's only 2 of them, so we'll find out. And then fists on 4. There we go. Okay. Mugging. Boom! 4 SRM4s to the face, maybe. Or the leg, or the kneecap. I'm gonna overheat. Oh, I wasted missiles. Somebody's not conserving their ammo.
New target blackjack.
It's still hopping around there. Alright, some large ones on this guy.
Right is the cluster beetle we're after.
Which one?
Take it out.
Target destroyed.
Somebody's... Oh, can't do long range. Alright, quit playing do-si-do. Ah.
Target acquired.
Boom!
Kill. It's even going critical.
Well, in that case, I don't want to be next to it.
Eliminated.
It's gonna mess me up having close range missiles on one side, far on the other.
Target destroyed.
Let's say, I think target obliterated would be more accurate. Which mech was she talking about? I didn't see any annihilators, stalkers, or
You've got the Ops Boys'
what's
attention.
the new one?
They are converging on your
Battle
position.
Master?
Brace for hostile contact.
It's a nice wide open
Target
base.
acquired.
I don't think we can hit that with long range. Let's find out. Way off. Gotcha that time.
Target destroyed.
What is this blue ring around my, Oh, is that for the base? I don't recognize seeing that before.
New target spider.
That was weak. I think more ammo might have been in order for an extended fight.
Target destroyed.
I am shooting it after it's dead. Oh, it's cute. You got small lasers. And you're limping.
Target destroyed.
You know what? I was going to try something else tonight. Was reducing the frame rate, see if that would smooth things out on the performance. I forgot to check that.
Target acquired.
Of course not. We just
Target destroyed.
dug a hole into the mountain. You know what? This is also Hero Mech. I wonder if that has anything to do with this radius circle.
You must have really kicked over the beehive here, Commander. More hostiles inbound.
Acquired.
Boom! Marine of Death. Unless that pertains to my missile range.
Target acquired.
Almost 70 episodes in, and I'm still learning new stuff.
Target destroyed.
That beetle is on our list of targets. Let's make our quarter.
Yeah, I'm overheating a little too much.
Target acquired.
Ah, waste. Again.
Target destroyed.
Excuse me, that was my laser.
Target trebuchet. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Well, he's missing a shoulder and an arm. Got the flash before the missiles made impact.
Hostiles incoming on your position.
Alright, this is a wall. And I don't have jump jets. Oh, they dropped them inside the base. This better have something a little more dramatic to it for being a campaign mission. we go. It's a little heavier.
Quick draw.
Victor,
Acquired.
not awesome. Yeah, light him up. There we go. I'm gonna ignore you, whoever's up front here. Yeah, pry the cockpit open with 5 missiles to the face.
New target. Victor.
Reconnaissance flights show increased enemy presence in the vicinity. Be on the lookout for further hostiles.
Perhaps the 19 out of 25 might have been a clue. Hang on, I'm just thinking we can't count. So 3 mechs, 3 little guys. What we got here? Another awesome.
Awesome.
Right on cue.
Another.
VTOL on
Who's a
approach.
stalker? Oh, catapult. Drill another headshot. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you. I'll pat myself on the back later.
New target. Catapult.
Why can't you be a stalker?
Incoming.
Nice shot, show off.
This guy's not belong to this world. Sir.
One of our assigned targets is flying in.
Target acquired.
This guy? Alright, you can get credit for that one. Who's left? Alright, are we gonna have an objective change or not?
Target acquired.
Excellent job, Commander. The rogue mercenary forces have either been eliminated or have fled the scene. I'm on my way down with the salvage teams. Hang tight.
Well, at least you brought it to. Oh, wait, no, that's hostile.
Hostile dropship above.
Huh? We got the extraction point, yet there's still hostiles out there. That's unusual.
Target acquired.
Weird. Brother. Where you going?
Target destroyed.
I'm still in good shape. Might as well stick it out. Maybe. Well, somebody's got a beefy machine gun out there somewhere. Oh, it's probably like a burst fire or something.
New
Oh,
target.
what's this?
Cyclones.
I guess I only got one leg left.
Enemy destroyed. They're rising up with additional bogies, Commander.
Well, then why on earth we have this bonus stuff going on?
Transport ship coming in.
And time to go. If there's not any story-driven reason, we ain't sticking around. Except for you in the drop zone, there's no threat whatsoever.
Is marked for destruction.
Which one?
Rectangle eliminated.
Ah, I'm gonna hit the extraction zone here. Is this something we need or not?
New target.
Rifleman? Stalker, go figure. Alright. We'll stick around for a stalker. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Oh, this guy's a little... No, he ain't got much left now. Hit and run. He's done. Time to go. We're in the orange. And I'm out of missiles. Ooh, core is red. This had better not backfire. Yeah, you stay away from me. I'm gonna get hit in the back. Gonna die. Run, run, run. Zigzag. Uh-oh. Throw some chaff. Throw some tuna sandwiches. Do something.
Stand by.
Yikes. That got a little dangerous in the last second. Throw some rancid tuna at him.
Holy shnikes, he's at work.
Eh, 2.5 mil. What does their damage? Oh, good. Only half. Look at all these to pick from. Except for all the crap that we can afford. So they had the Marauder out there, the Victor, and the Awesomes. Oh well. Not much of interest for that salvage level. Huh. Let's say... Guess we'll take the expensive stuff. If we're gonna take the burst lasers, let's take the medium. Hey, Maven! Kids keeping you busy, huh? Yeah. Especially now that it's summer, right? They're gonna keep you all over the place. Yeah, fall's going to be here too quick. And we're not talking about that yet, considering I have just started summer. And I do not want to be counting the days knowing how busy my days are going to be. Because whether I'm working or not toward the end of this is going to definitely be in question. Alright, let's get... I'll take another SR. I don't want... You know what? I'll take a medium laser over that. There we go. Yeah, 400 damage. Not bad. It was mostly me. Captain Streeter on the other hand. So 3 mil, that'll help. Okay, so this, ooh, extra ooh. We got a LB-10X. Unfortunately, it's not a great one unless it's a 5. Ammo, Gauss ammo. LB-10X and Gauss rifles in the deal. So that's kind of cool that if you were focused on the campaign, then you'd finally see some stuff. We're double dipping today. What is going on? Oh, you guys just had the last day of school? Okay, some of ours in this area just got done on Tuesday, and I think some other schools were done like last week, so I know some run a little later than others. Oh, and sports is still going, huh? Wow, so yeah, no kidding, you're going to be busy. All right, so... Alright, what is happening here? We gotta go talk to Whiny Boy down in the Mech Bay. But first, let's get some repair... Oh, they're not gonna let us fly. I guess we have no choice but to talk to him. Let's see what he's gonna whine about this time. You scratched my new paint job!
Hey, Commander, those weapons you picked up were the dog's bollocks, mate.
That's a
Top
compliment.
shelf. That LB-10X, she's a beauty. I haven't seen one of them in ages. Might have limited range, but she pecks a wallop, eh?
Yeah.
Checked her over, gave her a little loving. It's like she just came off the factory floor. You're going to appreciate having that autocannon strapped to your mech, I'll tell you that. Well, gonna get back to it. Want to make sure everything's sorted for our big day, taking down Inferno and all. Can't bleeding wait. Bloody wankers.
Now. So it's kind of funny that he spent that effort just to tell us about how great that is and kind of discovered that automatically. And I'm not even good at this game. I just like, hey, these are pretty strong when I figured it out. And that's without having tried all of the other AC 10s, 20s, and UACs. I just kind of gravitated toward it. So it's interesting that he kind of confirmed that it is one of the stronger weapons. So. Oh, that makes sense. So high school was earlier in the week, elementary done. Hockey running. All right. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad to catch you too. Well, the good thing is, so if you're still hanging out in the evening, you'll see me a little bit more, at least for a couple months. So hopefully indefinitely, but again, that's going to depend on some book publication stuff. I get the book across the finish line, and if it does well, then maybe, I won't have to have the schedule rearranged again. But if it doesn't, then that's a couple months out from now. I am not worried about that until we get past the next 4 weeks. So yeah, it's been good to hang out again during a little earlier evening when people haven't already checked out and gone to bed, So, and by the way, for those of you who think I'm talking to myself here, we are on multiple platforms, and our Pilled family is definitely top shelf, to use the expression that Fahad just had there. So yeah, you're always more than welcome to join us over there. I have all the chat windows open, but on occasion, actually not on occasion. Actually, most of the time, usually things are pretty quiet. But I haven't figured out a strategic way to have all 4 chat windows on screen and then try to not lose screen real estate. So I try to do my best to indicate which platform I'm interacting with. But if I forget, you can always just let me know. Okay, so now that we talked to him, of course, Rihanna's going to have something to say.
Commander, the time's finally come to exact revenge for your father's murder. That means taking down Inferno and killing Andreas Kane. Spears has confirmed that Kane is on Xinjiang now, so the timing is perfect.
Let's see if he has to
How
say something.
Spears gets his hands on this sensitive information, I have no idea. But if he says it's true, I have no reason to doubt it.
Unless
Neither
he's
do
the
I.
reason.
Spears' people also managed to get us an
Just a
aerial shot
robot.
of the base somehow. Though the fidelity on the image is poor, it does give us a chance to formulate a basic plan of attack. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll drop you in here, near what looks to be their aerodrome. Once you've neutralized that threat, you'll proceed to this location. It's some kind of supply depot, best I can tell.
What are we
I
looking
can't make
at?
out anything specific, so watch your approach. They could be storing anything there. After you destroy the depot, go ahead and make your way to the principal fortification located here. I won't sugarcoat it, Commander. This last fortification is going to be tough. It'll be heavily defended by Inferno forces, both inside and out. If I'm sure of nothing else, I'm sure of that.
All right. Looks simple enough.
Don't get cocky.
Never.
Now, for the wild card.
That is
Kane
terrible.
himself. Where he'll be on the ground is anyone's guess. Once I've dropped you off, I'll circle above and try to vector in on his location by scanning their comms. As soon as I locate him, I'll ping you. Any questions?
How soon can we launch?
That's up to you, Commander. Get us to Xinjiang, and I'll have the mission briefing waiting when we arrive.
Roger that.
So again and again, I rip on how flat the voice actor is for this. Now, maybe, to be fair, maybe it is not his fault. But I'm just like, how on earth they get such a static individual to voice the main character? Now, for those of you who may or may not be super familiar with some aspects of gaming, there is something called a self-insert where they want the player to actually almost like embody or be the role of the main character. So in those cases, you do not want your protagonist to necessarily be dramatic and unique, because you'd rather have the player insert themselves. But in this case, like, this is neither. The fact they bothered to give him a voice is one thing, give him a name, but it's like even Rihanna's got more of a personality, Fahad's got more of a personality, that dude in the back who doesn't say anything has more of a personality than this guy. So it's like not very compelling to be like, hey, we're gonna go get revenge on those who killed our dad. He's like, okay, yeah, sure, okay, let's go. Come on, have some emotional output here. So it cracks me up that this is like the climax of the game's campaign. He's like, Okay, can we do this after tea? So, I think tonight, if it's not too far away and if we've got the cash, I think we'll take a stab at this, because we've gone a long time without progressing through this part of the game. We did a few early on and then did one throughout the middle of our progress, but we got to take a look here at our map, see if we can get repairs cheaply. Excuse me, cheaply enough. So we don't have any other hub, except for the one we just came from. So basically it's close by. This is real interesting. So they didn't send us too far. So since we don't have to fly super far out there. Now it looks like, so there's two different locations. And let me make sure I have this correct. Actually, you know what? I stayed corrected. The Shadow Coup might be the other one. Nope, that's it. This is the part of it. No, it's not. Alright, now I'm confused. So basically, baby, it's not going to pop up. This game is weird, so it's not going to show up until after we leave. I've never really figured out why they send us the transmission after we've... Oh. Facepalm. Here it is, view transmissions. Killing Kane. For a whole 250k. Alright, so yeah, we want to take that. Now we can see where it is on the star map. Kurita territory. Okay, so we would have been going the wrong direction. This is out in the middle of nowhere. Repairs would be the same, but let's go out to this hub anyway. Get the repairs done there. See if there's anything fun to buy first, and then we'll see if we can't shank Mr. Papa Murderer. I don't know who exactly did it. I'm still confused. We found somebody who had his mech last time, and I don't know if they were responsible or if they just confiscated it. This game is just so dry. But its action is awesome, so that's why we're playing it. Lots of different mechs to collect. Alright, you got a hero mech for us? Not exactly. Alright, so let's get repairs going here. It didn't start. There's that bug again. Bug 1 out of 5. There it goes. Yeah, I think there's still about 5 items on the bug list that they just haven't seemed to catch. They've not caught them. At least on the console. I don't know if the PC suffers the same issues or not. Alright, let's, we're still not done with our jobs here, so we got one stalker out of the deal. We're full on the others. Some are close. I guess once we clean those out, we'll add another one. In the meantime, I guess we'll fly over to one other location here. Just to see if we can't get a hero pop-up. Seems so weird to me to have contracts actually at a industrial lab. Alright, we'll fly to this one just in case it's still close enough. Yeah, nothing like landing on a blistering volcano planet. Star map again. Is there a hero mech? No, nothing showed up. Okay. Yeah, go figure it's going to make us fly back to that one. Okay. Let's do that and then save before we take that on. Alright, we're almost ready for business. This is throwing me off. I'm not normally looking at the mech floor. The background visual is throwing me off. Nope. Delete. Oh, one other remark I was going to make. During that conversation, she said the word ping. I actually used that in a conversation with friends a long time ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'll ping you if something's going on. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, text? You know? So that's actually some of the jargon I've actually worked into Ascendant Chaos, because it is sci-fi based. I've had to invest a lot of effort into trying to change idioms and expressions that we use, because if you're dealing with a parallel type world, your history is going to be different. So if your history is different, some of the things that you use in everyday language for expressions is going to be different. So it just kind of struck me as odd, because I don't know how I landed on that as an idea. I figure I would have heard it somewhere in sci-fi or something, but this obviously wasn't around at the time when I came up with that idea, because that was many, many years ago. Alright, so next up, let's go deal with this. So 330, they actually lowered the weight class on us. So it's Black Inferno. This is it, he says. Says their main base. So he's saying we're going to destroy them once and for all. But will we? Gonna have a hornet's nest, so yes, I wouldn't have it any other way. So I don't know what we want to take. Let's go coverage. And we're not too worried about the cash at this point. I don't use the airstrikes effectively enough to think that's going to help, but we can always redo. Alright, so I'm not going to rock the Archer this time. I'd rather go with something a little more fun, like my Battlemaster or the Mauler. Oh, you know what? I'm going to check something before we roll out. Alright, we got to bring you down. Give you the Cyclops. We normally... Well, actually, we'll give you a 70. And I think we give you the Hanamoto. Yeah, actually, perfect. That's going to do what we want. No, it's off by 5. It's okay. What I wanted to check was the equipment to see what we got for that LB-10X. If we suddenly got LB-10X level 5, it might change a little motivation, whether we're using that or the slug on maybe something expendable. So look at that. We got a 5 Gauss. No 5s. What'd they give us? 4? Whoop-de-doo. Nope, not that one. Yeah, so we got a 4 now. Not too motivated there, especially since we got a 5 with solid. My most expendable ones are the 2s. Yeah, I need to find more of those. Never enough slugs at this party.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors open. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems phenomenal.
Alright, we are back
These bastards back to hell,
in
Commander.
Arizona.
The Inferno
in
aerodrome
space.
should be straight ahead.
Yeah, glad I picked the Battlemaster. So it was a fun frame.
Heavy enemy presence detected, Commander.
I'd hope so.
Got another one.
Perhaps having jump jets might have been advantageous, but otherwise I think we'll be alright.
Target acquired.
Oh yeah, 6 lasers, come on.
New target Centurion. Incoming missile. Target acquired. Target
Oh, we're destroying a base? I should have brought the fire starter. I think you've lost a little more than that, pal.
target acquired.
The slug has been docked and is ready to rock.
Good work, Commander. You've eliminated their main defenses. Now, destroy the aerodrome's remaining infrastructure.
They were a little low on the defense budget. Must have shipped all the money to Ukraine. Yeah, I went there. Except doing damage with the Battle Master is kind of like the least of it. Haha, Jolly Roger. What's going on, brother? Been a while. Hope you're doing well, too. Yeah, you probably haven't seen it in ages because it's usually on after the normal person's bedtime. Unfortunately, with me being on a hamster wheel at a terrible hour, it's been late nights for so long. Glad that the summer will be a moderate deviation from that. How's all in the life? Maybe it makes it sound like you guys will be pretty busy for a bit.
Nice job. Now, head to that storage depot. But what's your approach? We don't know what's there. Could be armor, mechs, anything.
Hopefully it's a giant, big, fluffy, pink caterpillar. Ooh, it's a nice big map, and I'm going the wrong way. How does this work? Can't be going that way. Wait a minute. A giant canyon wall there. This way? Okay. Alright. I'll go this way. It's because of the fog. I can't see anything. Are we at an elevation above that area? I'm confused. Because I look at that and I see, like, okay, that's in the distance. We'd have to be on a plateau or something. Oh, really? So is it there? Sorry, English. So you got the sports and you've got busy stuff for yourself as well, like work and all that? Yeah, I'm just weird that all year is my busy time of year. I never, like, take vacations and stuff. To not, like, be working even for, like, a 4-week span here is kind of like, I'm still going to be working, but I've, like, in my adult working life, I've never taken off more than, like, an extended weekend. Yeah, having school done, I'm sure, is huge. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, having the kids over for pool time, nothing wrong with that. Unless it means perpetual house cleaning and all that fun stuff. If they're ripping the siding off your house, hanging from the gutters. Alright, there's a little opposition here. There's one. You don't say. Yeah, we kind of figured that out. No good. Sit down. Oh, you want to hit me with a flamethrower. You have come to the wrong barbecue. Alright, I better not be wasting my slugs in case I need them for later. Okay, tourism. Gotcha. Oh. Coming over to your house for free food. Might as well open up a pizza restaurant or, you know, charge admission, right? I miss the days of being a teenager and having 2 hollow legs, though, that's for sure. Oh, on Elden Ring, huh? Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was on Pilled that was playing Elden Ring, and I'm like watching them like, yeah, it's not for me. I am not a Dark Souls or a Souls Light or Souls Light person, so my hat is tipped to you if you are delving into that land. Okay, so... Oh, we've still got to destroy the base here. Let's just walk through this building here. I don't see no Comstar logo. These don't explode, right? Alright, save the slugs. Don't waste them on the buildings. The laser can recharge. What's this map look like? They're going to open up something else after this. I gotta... So dare I ask, like, what kind of time commitment Elden Ring is for, like, say, a normal campaign run? I mean, I'm assuming it's in the RPG category, so it's, like, probably pretty lengthy. I haven't seen much news on it in a while, so I don't know if they've been supporting a DLC or not. Here goes Mr. Robot. Alright, now what? Head that way. Alright, so we came from that plateau area. Oh man, somebody at work got you into it, huh? Have you found a good guide for it? Because, I mean, you know, back in our day, we had the grocery store Nintendo Power Variety guides, which were actually good compared to Prima and Brady games. So the next best thing is usually almost like the text-based guides on GameFAQs, unless anybody does quality, like, YouTube playthroughs or anything. Oh, yeah. I can imagine that souring the experience after that. Oh, there's a new expansion. Okay. So there you have it. Elden Ring is getting DLC support. And that's good. I mean, it's good to see games that are like games getting support, because there's not enough of that going on. So. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised there. I mean, this thing already is extensive in that, you know, DLC every 6 months. I don't know if they're going to stop with this one after... MechWarrior 5 Clans drops or not, because that's going to be more story and campaign, so I don't know if they're going to support both in parallel or drop one.
I'm still going to beat on your martyr, Commander. No change. Looks like you're going to have to breach the main fortification in order to take him out.
Understood.
Yamada Shmada.
Forces seem to be a mix of console and Black Inferno. I guess with your martyr here, they weren't taking any chances.
Of course not. Nothing like hanging the General Rob dry. Oh, not the commando. You were saying? Oh, good. So there is some good YouTube content for the sport. That's good. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a strategy fix here soon with Metal Slug Tactics, but I know it's got a little bit of some of the... What was the game that started that whole roguelite process? The FTL. I don't know if there was a game before that or not, but obviously these games that have, they're like, hey, you die, start over again. Oh, this clown. Alright, I'm gonna back off, because I don't know what's dropping out of that thing. Oh, man. Okay. Well, it's not the Panther that scares me. Oh, he's finally got ticked off a little. There you go. Oh, my arm's blown off. That's my slug. And everything else is in the yellow. I didn't pace myself. Alright, come on, crab. I'm firing guns here that aren't working. I'm gonna laser you to oblivion. What? Was that guy a clone? Oh no, I'm really hurt now. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this again. Oh, I am blowing up. Oh, now I can't even shoot anything. Oh, we're gonna have to do this again. don't believe this. I can't even shoot this thing. I'm just a walking meat puppet. I'm gonna have to redo this with a mauler. I can't fire anything. I don't know how we dropped that guy so fast unless I just got a clean headshot and they'd already softened him up. I'm gonna die. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, there was 2 mechs left. I could. How come they didn't take any damage? Me as a meat puppet. You know what? Alright, I'm gonna do this to see if there's anything else, because otherwise I gotta pace myself differently. Oh, these are garbage. PPC's on 2. Actually, we've got it's going lasers on 1. You know what? Machine guns on 2. PPC's on 3. And yeah, actually, whatever. It's fine. So anyway, let me catch up here. So yeah, speaking of building your character, so unfortunately, the knowledge needed for a game like that is just kind of beyond my time and energy. I mean, as much as I love strategy and learning that, it's like, to me, having to learn it from somebody who's already done it kind of takes some of the process out of that. Because the game that stumped me was Neo, because it had more, it was the same style, but more in Edo, Japan. And I loved the design, the visuals, and everything, but I got tired of doing the same thing over and over again because I didn't know which the ideal combinations were for, oh, you want to use gauntlets and you want to use this potion. So I think you summarized that correctly. The base objective is figure out yourself. And so in my case, I was getting so frustrated. It was like kick the disc out of the tray. No, well, not the tray, but kick it out of the system and break it. I mean, that's how bad. And if I was getting that frustrated, it was time to stop. Alright. Listen here, Jaeger mech. Yeah, we'll PPC you to an oblivion. Alright, let's see if they got anything else. If I didn't sacrifice too big of a LBX on that thing, maybe we'll wing it. Now we got some machine guns. Oh, I didn't see that door there. Or that one. Oh, apparently I'm walking into rebar. Only having 2 machine guns is so weak compared to my fire starter. Yeah, this is like a tiered base. Ugh, 22 tries on a boss. Yeah, and that was my experience from watching somebody play it. Like, the boss was almost like maybe 2 to 3 hits, and he kept fighting it over and over and over again. And it's so imbalanced until you have the knowledge of the proper techniques to do that. Like, it's not a kind of trial and error favorable of. How much more we gotta blow up here? Yeah, that's why I can go up. There's an entry ramp. Take this, you big black inferno ninnies.
All right, Commander.
There we go.
Excellent work.
Let's see how bad the damage
And
was.
the base of operations in ruins. That should finally put Inferno out of business once and for all.
Yeah.
Hang tight. I'm on my way
Right.
down.
No, stay where you are. Don't strain yourself. Just stay up there in space. We don't need you to nag us down here. Oh yeah, levels huge deal there, especially if you got a disparity. So I mean, I'm guessing that means that the bosses don't give you an indication of what they are, and you go fight them and you're like destroyed. So that's weird. I don't know if this king crab is the same as the one we already got, but kind of interesting. Nothing else really available. We take a blackjack or all of this other crap. Let's see what we have. Nothing. All that stuff, and all we get is level 1 nonsense. Oh, we took 10. Well, like I said, not we. I took 10 million in damage after getting the Battle Master destroyed. So somehow, with that being a net loss, I think that's a redo. I just want to make sure there's no other enemies to fight after that. Yeah, 9.9. Everybody else collectively got like 1,500,000. All right, so I'm gonna check the damages. Oh yeah, so somebody still escaped. We're not done yet. So basically, all we did was get revenge. So we'll play that back. I'm just checking our. Oh, we can't repair it here anyway. I wanted to see. I want to see what level it was. Turds. Okay, you know what? Reload. Gonna take the mauler in. Oh, interactive map sounds nice. So when you say interactive, is it kind of like some kind of digital thing somebody created, or are you talking more like well, I mean, for a video, it wouldn't seem like it was interactive, so either way, it sounds kind of intriguing. It'd be really cool to have some of that stuff, or even some of these other sandbox games I've worked on. Alright, what do we got going on here? So we are going to take the contract again with a different mech. We will up the damage cover. Well, we already had it. Let's up the coverage anyway. Since they didn't give us a whole lot, we're going to reduce the shares and keep the pay the same. Alright. Alright, goodbye, Archer. Hello, Mauler. Alright. Yeah, what a bunch of clowns. They didn't even take any damage. What did I give him? The Hanamoto or... I can't remember what I gave him. Warhammer. She gets the Cyclops. He gets the Hanamoto. Alright, let me check my loadout here. So I've got... Hopefully, I can actually compare my armor to the... So the Battle Master... Oh, now I can see my thing there. So I had less armor in this. 137 on the firepower, likely on account of the solid. So maybe by switching this up... Much better on the armor, but lower on the firepower. We can live with that. To have the machine guns for the raising capacity and the lasers and missiles, but no slugs. So I think we'll be okay doing it this way. And we're actually at 330 instead of 5 points under. Not that that mattered, but here we go. So it shows, this interactive map shows all the areas and items, and it clicks on them detailed, and oh, nice. So you can then mark on the map that you found them. So that leads me to ask then, so the content in Elden Ring, I would normally be used to thinking that's procedurally generated, so is enough of the stuff fixed and static in order to find some of that? Because I don't know if Neo had static items, because so much of it was just random loot stuff. You know, that's another thing that gets frustrating, is you spend a lot of time with random things, and then your pickups end up being random as well.
Send these bastards back to hell, Commander. The infernal aerodrome should be straight ahead.
Yeah, now the music's beefed up.
Heavy enemy presence detected, Commander. Lock and load.
Yep.
Tango down.
That's quick. Alright, so at least by having some long-range missiles, I should have a little bit more defensive capacity this time. And I can waste the machine guns on taking other stuff down. Boom! Oh, that wasn't enough. Okay, 2 lasers, not super effective against a singular tank. That'll do it. I just gotta get more precise with my large laser shots here.
Nice shot, show off.
Yeah, I can get a headshot with a rocket launcher, of course. Getting a headshot with a machine gun is no likely outcome. Okay, so it's a yes and no on whether stuff is like procedural versus static. Alright, do I have enough bullets to like lever? Well, actually this is dead, so I guess so. Having 6 machine guns versus mechs is also very helpful. But also unnecessary since I can walk through half of the base. There's a fireworks show. Start 4th of July early this year.
The aerodrome is in ruins. Nice job. Now, head to that storage depot. But watch your approach. We don't know what's there. Could be armor, mechs, anything.
Alright, at least we can waste less time from getting lost now. Congratulations, you have reached the edge of the map. I hope there's a walk path through here, because otherwise we're on the wrong side of the wall. That's right, we're going to maintain you know, my brain doesn't do English properly. Maintain pace at 64 kilometers an hour. My brain has too much of a thesaurus going on, so words just like stomp on top of each other until no word that is coherent exits my mouth.
New target located.
Well, that was weak. Let's try that. Let's cut down the
That
forest.
supply depot has Comstor markings on it. I guess that's not a huge surprise, considering Comstor has been helping Inferno. But what's with all those cranes and a huge amount of supplies? What are they up to?
ask him? Oh, dang. I will use the bullets for your face, not the buildings. Ooh, tagged both of them that laser shot. Alright, there we go. A little scrubbity scrub left. Down in front. I told you down in front. Alright, now I cannot waste machine gun rounds. Okay, yeah, have fun slaying the random number generator. Good to see you. It's been far too long, so hopefully catch you more during the summer here.
Kenzo Yamata is here. I'm going to try and pinpoint his location for you.
Copy that. Let me know when you have a definitive location. I want that son of a bitch.
Will do, Commander. I've got a location on
Alright,
your
building
Mars,
down.
Commander.
Alright, much better shape
He
other than some
seems to have
crispy
taken
armor on the
refuge in
arm.
main fortification. Go get him.
With pleasure.
So the only time this guy gets excited is that it actually is about to get
Multiple
actual
launches
vengeance.
detected. They're headed in your direction. Additional aircraft inbound. I'm also picking up light mechs and armor. One click and closing fast.
Copy that.
Yeah, there's been much more difficult missions than this comparatively through the DLC stuff. That Rise of Rosalhag DLC was much more complicated. Even the Legend of Kestrel Lancers was tough because of having to do so many missions back to back.
These forces seem to be a mix of Comstar and Black Inferno. I guess with Yamata here, they weren't taking any chances. I've still got a bead on Yamata, Commander. No change. Looks like you're going to have to breach the main fortification in order to take him out.
Understood.
Alright, they better work on the meat puppets. I'm rolling in. I probably shouldn't leave them in case he drops, but...
Shit, component destroyed.
Oh, you actually took a hit for a change?
Enemy mech destroyed.
What's this guy doing? Is he on a pogo stick? Alright. The path is clear. Almost.
Target acquired.
Catapults.
I got it. Commander.
Alright, here
dropship
we
inbound.
go.
Intercept course. Looks like Yamata's called in the cavalry.
Alright, he's gonna drop in the crab. Let's rip him a new one. This guy's full of himself.
Right, asshole. I'm not going anywhere. You're going to pay for what you did.
You dirty rat. Killed my father. Alright, now worry about the small fry. Let's get this guy. We're going to splatter you over the inside of that thing, pal. Look, went down like a sack of potatoes twice in a row.
Excellent kill, Commander. Unfortunately, Yamata used Kane as a distraction in order to make his
Now I'm getting
escape
ripped
aboard the
apart, so these
dropship.
guys must have a lot more firepower output or something. That or I'm just sucking it up.
You need to clear that fortress of any remaining Inferno forces, then raise it to the ground.
Working on it.
Roger that.
Alright, keep me out of punching range. Ah, Stand by. We got a disconnect here. I hope we didn't have a disconnect right as I killed him. I'm still getting hammered.
My right torso is blown off.
New target, Jaeger.
Alright, there's only 3 left. How are we getting hammered so bad?
New target, contract.
Oh, I lost the laser.
Oh, awesome shot.
I'm gonna lose an arm, too.
Target destroyed.
Alright, 1 left? Yeah, 1 left. Where is it? 2 left.
Target acquired.
Not good. Left leg gone.
Yes, thank you for the damage report.
Target destroyed.
Oh, that disconnect, that means the Odysee file is toast.
Destroyed.
Oh, no, there's still somebody else up here. Where is he? Where'd you come from? Am I down on both lasers? Looks like it.
Target
we go.
destroyed.
Alright, somebody take out that VTOL. I should not be the one having to take this thing out.
Target
There.
destroyed.
Alright. Purge the machine gun of all rounds. This is still going to cost us given how much damage Mahoney is soaked up.
All right, Commander. Excellent work. With
All right.
Odysee and their base of operations in ruins, that should finally put Inferno out of business once and for all. Hang tight. I'm on my way down.
Yeah, could you bring me a couple large lasers while you're at it? A large fry. And why do we have to have a disconnect? Alright, so we got 3 mil. How bad's the damage? Okay, so we still came out up about 500k. That's better than last time, rather than being in the hole 9-ish. Alright, I don't want any of this. Give me a mech to sell. Sell a commando. Yeah, she took 2, I took a little over 1. Still healthy though, good. Nobody died. My missiles finally ticked up a little bit. Still got a ways to go. Everybody else looks like they're max, except Streeter. Yay, nice scenic thing I didn't really enjoy last time. Wait, what are we talking about here? A fortress hidden under the water. Interesting. So they've been trying to excavate it. So what is this? Their super metal Shangri-La. Kind of interesting, since I don't know like the history of this game. Now they talk about all the Star League stuff of being, you know, centuries or, you know, millennia older in nature. How he had all this ancient tech. Which is, of course, very common in much sci-fi of how you always have this superior race which is much older and responsible for everything, and yet they want to ignore intelligent design. So, okay, let's see what she's got to say, and then see if we're going to continue on with our revenge plot or go roam around the galaxy for a pinch.
Hey, Commander. I have to say, we're living in extraordinary times. The buried Star League fortress we found on Xinjiang is, in itself, a monumental discovery. But what we found inside, well, that's nothing short of astonishing.
That's a lot of fancy adjectives, Rihanna.
Perhaps, but
This
think
guy.
about it. Comstar have been working on this site for years, and still, they've only managed to unearth a small portion of the fortress. Spears estimates that excavating the rest of it could take decades, and that's only the half of it. I'll let Spears describe what he's found, and the importance of it. Spears, the command is ready. Go ahead.
Hello, Commander. Congratulations on taking down Kane and putting an end to Inferno's reign of terror.
Thanks.
Let me explain what we found. As Rihanna told you, this fortress was lost to
300
humanity
years.
for almost 300 years. That is, until Comstar stumbled upon it. Inside one of the excavated buildings that Comstar was able to unearth, we located an ancient star map carved into one of the walls. Every known system within the inner sphere is charted on that map. But this is no ordinary map, Commander.
Ooh.
This one is special.
How so?
It's more expansive, more comprehensive than any map currently known to exist. Beyond the periphery, there are hints that this map charted what, for us, is currently uncharted space. It appears that wasn't always the case. Not before the fall of the Star League. Unfortunately, a significant portion of the map has been destroyed. Again, whether that was intentional or not, we don't know yet.
Okay, I feel like you're about to make a point.
I am. Embedded into the map were a series of symbols. These symbols correspond exactly to the location of recently discovered Star League bases, settlements, and weapon depots that were, until Inferno found them, lost to time as well. They were obscured, buried, concealed from even those who lived right next to them, as was the case here on Xinjiang. Not surprisingly, the symbols on the map also correspond to the numerous areas of refugee displacement that we've been tracking over the years in our pursuit of Black Inferno. We made the connection between Inferno driving people from their land and the discovery of the lost Star League facilities. But we didn't know how they were able to locate them. Now we do. Comstar
Interesting.
has been using the map to pinpoint those sites and sending Inferno forces to pillage them. It's been happening all across the Inner Sphere. It explains almost everything we've discovered so far. Almost.
We believe your father's coordinates have something to do with the missing section of the star map. It's why Yamato wants them so badly. He's looking for something out there, something big. And he thinks we have the coordinates to whatever it is.
The question is, what do the coordinates lead to? And why did your father have them? If we're gonna answer those questions, we need to decrypt the coordinates first.
The problem, however, is that the encryption is unlike anything I've ever seen
Dun dun
before.
dun.
Breaking it is more difficult than I originally imagined. I need more time.
Right now, Commander, Yamato knows something we don't. But we have something he doesn't. That puts us on even ground. For the moment. Once we unlock those coordinates, we'll finally have the upper hand.
In the meantime, we take on more contracts, bolster our inventory of mechs, and recruit new pilots. If we thought Inferno was tough, Comstar is going to be much worse. To that end, I've uploaded a new contract, Commander. From House Kurita. I'll go ahead and prepare the mission briefing while you get us where we need to go.
Copy that. And Spears. Thanks.
You bet.
Have a Tylenol
Good luck,
for the
Commander.
road.
We'll talk soon.
See previous episodes for my explanation, which I did actually remember the name of the actor. I think it's Raphael Sabarge. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly because usually having consonants right next to each other suggests a different pronunciation, but Yeah, the guy that plays him with playing Caden Alenko and Carth Onasi and other BioWare games. So I'm actually mildly intrigued now that there is something much more to this than just the revenge plot. Because, I mean, they really spread it out that you have to level up in order to get to different segments within the plot. And it reaches a point of like, okay, we're just a mindless mercenary, and of course this guy's acting doesn't help. So now, after 50 years in space, we've completed the revenge, and now it's like, oh, so there's more to the map. So that makes me wonder, does any of this open up the rest of the star map? Like, they talk about it, but I mean, to me, that would be amazing if the game had such context to then say, okay, well, here's all this stuff, and here's what it belongs to, and we're going to open up a whole new mech class and a whole new weapon class. To me, that would bolster a huge injection of new and interesting content, you know, at a late stage of the game. Now, am I confident that's the case? Not so much, but that's, as from a development perspective, is something I would consider like, okay, well, now we want somebody to keep playing because there's all this new content to explore. So I don't know where this is going or what this is going to do for us, but at the moment, it's just kind of like, okay, well, there's something interesting, but does it lead to any kind of payout? In terms of content, because I mean, even if we look at the database, we've run into almost every mech. We've only got 1 or 2 blank spots in the database, so I don't know what's left to explore. I mean, we can just run around the galaxy and definitely keep doing quests, but unless there's a plot twist of, and then the butler did it, I'm not sure what I'm expecting as like a grand climax to this game as a whole. So I don't know. I mean, some of the DLC did have some epic missions, but the general stuff thus far hasn't been anything but that. Okay, so what we got? So there's security force, something about the noble, dictators, blah, blah, blah. So we got a siege, drop outside the city, go do some stuff. We're going to break a siege with this quest. Okay, well, where's that going to take us? More into Karita territory, so it's not too far from where we're at. So I'm not necessarily setting us at the 2-hour time block. That's still a mission 12 or level 12. Might as well take a shot at it. We accomplished our title action of getting actual revenge, even though I didn't even think that was going to happen tonight. I just want to work on progress. So we might as well see what's going on. So maybe we'll get our repairs done. Let's go check out this hub, and then we'll fly over there and see what kind of mission they have for us. But yeah, repair is a little expensive here. So we lost 2 large lasers. Let's see which kind. No, it doesn't. What's going on here? What does it say? There we go. So I lost 2 level 4s. That hurt. It's not the worst thing I could have lost. Losing my slugs or heavy machine guns would have been a lot worse, but laser 4s, we'll just have to live with the consequences of that. Yeah. Alright, nothing there. And that's why I outfit this stuff with generic junk. Alright, so before I fly anywhere, let's get rid of this king crab and this commando. Cold storage. So I thought the designation on this one is the same. It's not a hero mech. Why is it's... Oh, I'm doing the wrong button there. No, it's not a hero. So they gave us some generic king crab for killing Kane. Crab for killing Kane. Heavy on the hard C and K sounds. So why did they give us that piece of garbage? I think Revenge would require a hero mech. See, this is we have the hero King Crab. It's still dirt slow. I have no idea what our overall difference is. So ballistics difference, missile difference. Yeah, it's actually not... Well, so the hero has the more upgrade slots naturally. Oh, the smaller one's got a laser instead of the missile. Not enough to justify keeping it, but... Oh, what's this one? Oh, we've got 2 Hero King Crabs. So this one's just got a different loadout with lasers instead. Oh, wait. Wow, look how many inventory spots that one has versus that one. Anyway. Okay. So we're back down to our 2.6 for our quarterly payment. We're not doing any adjustments there. We might as well check the equipment for sale. Odds of purchasing large laser replacements seem low. Machine gun 2's not too worried about. We're not collecting anymore, so until we see something fun, nothing to worry about there. Okay, so let's head down to this hub, which doesn't cost us too much in gas. Binary laser and a rare bastal. Bastal matter. Right, that's still in repair. No hero icon yet. Alright, no large lasers yet. Solid level 0. So level 3 binary laser, so we don't have. I don't think we got too much of these, and I still haven't really experimented on one yet, so it's a little more enticing with a higher level. Battlemaster 1 piece, so 2 machine guns, still 4 or 5 lasers, plus countermeasures and probe. Interesting. That's got 2 spots for functionality. So all the other Battlemasters don't have that, but for 7 mil, not too motivated. Alright, we'll fly one spot over, see if we can spot a hero mech from here, and then if not, we will head to next location. Arena supercharger double heatsink. That's not rare. If I have less than 60, and yeah, I got 60. I'll buy it. Speed boost 110%. Sounds like doubling your speed. But I think the problem is you can't just put that on any mech. You've got to have the hardpoint. Motive upgrade Mark IV. So therefore, like most of the stuff I would love to put that on would not have a hard point for it. Now around 10-4. Can afford a couple of those. Large laser, but it's a 0. Nothing to see there. No hero icon, and off we go. Oh, let's get the thing here repaired, at least with some other lasers. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we got 9 2s, 7 3s. Yeah, we go with that. Not putting a 5 on there. We got, whew, man, definitely wouldn't want to lose those if we put the 5s. We got 2, could be done. Okay, star map. Sulafa. So still an 80, bumped it up to 360 for the weight. Breaking the siege, so hopefully that means it's shooting a bunch of stuff. But first, let's get a save going here. Alright, let's hit the turf. Look at that, they're happy with us. We can add some of that, some of that. Let's go for an extra, and then a lot of that.
Careful, Commander. The sensors are malfunctioning due to the weather, and your visibility on this mission will be compromised as well.
Alright, I mean, since the Battlemaster we didn't lose anything, I can run in with my lasers and the LB-10X AC solid again. Alright, we're still down 35. We'll bring you back up to your Atlas. And leave everybody else unless we actually can put you in the Corsair. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We are loaded for bear. And by bear, we mean giant bald bear that stands on 2 legs and shoots missiles. Hey, Grave Atlas, welcome, hanging out with us on Twitch. So what is my favorite mech? Man, is that a difficult question. So I guess it kind of depends on the mission context. I mean, I rock one of the newer fire starters anytime it comes to demolition. But the Battlemaster here is one of my favorites. Has a lot to do with whether I can get, you know, a decent ballistic hardpoint. And, I mean, from a style standpoint, though, I like the Shadowhawk, but speed and weight don't really do a whole lot for a lot of advanced stuff, so. How about you? What you got? Any recommendations?
We're tasked with making sure that we find them and put them in the ground. Good hunting, everyone.
Okay, we are on a giant dirt map, and I'm running into a corner. Let's fix that. So hopefully, if I'm not too far ahead of you from a stream standpoint, my response came through. I'll type here in a second. Oh, I'm getting zinged already. What is it? Not the tank. Go have to missiles. Cook them. Archer, good choice. Yeah, missile barrage, I definitely have to agree with that. Banshees, you know what? Wait a minute. So Banshees, I know which one the Banshee is. So that's the one that looks like the linebacker. An Executioner. I'm not even sure if I know what that is. I wonder if that's one of the ones I'm missing in the database. But you'll take any assault mech, huh? So anything of the 85 to 100 weight class. You know, for me personally, though, it drives me nuts walking really slow, so even if I pick an assault mech, it's got to be way up there in speed, because, like, even here with the Battlemaster, it's an 85, but I'm moving at 72. I've got the Annihilator, but it drives me absolutely insane to be stomping around at 32 clicks, or whatever the 30-ish class is, because anything under 40 just crawls. So I've even loved using some of the smaller ones like the Raven and the Firestarter. To do over 100 is just fantastic. And still have some decent damage output as long as you're not getting in too much of a firefight. Yeah, he's going to get punching range. Exit stage left. Yeah. Alright, let's put him on the ground. There we go. Alright, circle about for the Atlas.
is about to explode. Clear the area.
Oh, okay, so you're pretty new to the game. Okay, awesome.
All units, weapons.
So yeah, definitely plenty of stuff to swap then, because you're probably getting a completely different flavor than I am, since you know, trying all kinds of new things. Okay, so you did the BattleTech one. It was that you talking about the Hairbrained Art TS one, or are you talking about the franchise in general? Because we've got some serious veterans that have popped in, like know the franchise itself like the back of their hand. I consider myself a novice because my only exposure has mostly been the Xbox games and a couple other encounters here and there. Oh, you play? Okay, and I see you got the your tabletop player. Got it. So you probably do have a lot more knowledge about the franchise than me. So am I excited about clans? Well, yes and no. I mean, it looks pretty and I would like to play it, but since I'm playing on console, it hasn't been enough for me to justify, you know, PlayStation 5, so I'm not yet it hasn't done anything. Now, it is cool that it's more story-driven compared to this, but I have to wait and see. I've got to get maybe 2 or 3 games to convince me to get PlayStation 5 before I pull the trigger on it. So that was it. All we had to do was drop and take these clowns out. Not a whole lot of hoopla for nothing. Oh, so you really like the clan mechs. That's cool. Really? So I didn't know there was that kind of lore attachment. So you're saying that they're a step above other Inner Sphere stuff. That's cool. Wait, is there a bonus from this? Hold on. Hold the phone. There's no other secondary objective. Why is there other mechs over here? And this is where the objective marker was. I'm going to go over here for a second, because they barely scratched us, and I want to know what's going on here. This is a little unusual. I'm going to wreck you from range. See? Told you. Alright, there we go. Alright, there's nothing else here, so I guess that was a huge distraction. That's toast. You really didn't need to take out the water tower. I think we purged this area. Alright. So it's kind of interesting that they don't really... Well, then again, I don't know if they intend to advertise to those who know the franchise really well, because that'd be like... They talked about the clan, or the star formation, but maybe in the marketing material I didn't read for them to talk about the lore standpoint of how much different they are. What are you shooting at now? So tips for picking up better mechs than the light and the weak ones I keep finding. Let me think about that one for a second. It's kind of a tough question to ask, because I mean we've been playing this playthrough a long time, and it has taken a while to do that. Let me also let the music die down here too. It's interrupting my thoughts. Stand by. Thoughts are loading. And the game is loading. There we go. Okay, let me grab this and we'll see if I can dig out the cobwebs in my brain here. So we got some of these. Maybe we should pick some of those. Burst lasers. Yeah, not so much. Ooh, I don't think those. So yeah, I guess we'll take the mediums. We'll take these if we got the space, and we'll take the AC-10. Okay. Alright, everybody's good. Minimal damage, that's what we like to see. That is hard to believe that that's a campaign mission. There's nothing there. We broke the siege. La-di-da. Okay. Okay. All right. Music is done. All right. So to answer your question there, so how to find better mechs? Well, I really struggled off the start with understanding the level gap of the battle areas. So I was kept flying around feeling like I was outclassed. I would say there's probably a good chance of getting some better stuff off doing what I refer to as the scripted missions. So if you get the transmissions, usually there are some better mechs, and then I think the next best economic sense would be try to get your most cash output for the least amount of expense from a damage standpoint. So I constantly gravitate toward demolition missions because you can take a small mech like a fire starter, which you actually get a couple of those early on. So take a fire starter, max out its machine guns, and then just zip around the base, destroy it, and then basically you're not putting yourself in harm's way, and then you can get a decent amount of cash. So you're gonna have to start leveraging your cash, get it, and then get some better mechs from probably the industrial hubs if you're not getting any of the specialized ones. So I don't know if I had an exact strategy through this playthrough. It's just like we kept kind of stumbling onto some of the better stuff along the way. So if I were to look at what we have in inventory, I think one of the earlier hero ones hero mechs. So I would definitely say save up your cash and get the hero mechs we have a ton of these now. So see it's got the orange boundary. So I hope I'm not saying anything that you're already familiar with. But look for the heroes. They're in the industrial hubs periodically because they usually have more upgrade spots. They'll usually have one of the major statistics beefed up, or they'll have more hard points. So if you start rolling with 2 to 3 hero mechs into missions that you're matched on from a difficulty standpoint, that will help keep you alive longer, because I was just struggled with my first couple playthroughs. So I've blown past old playthroughs just by leveraging that, probably leveraging cash. So I hope that kind of is a little bit better of an explanation. So it's too easy with bad rewards or too hard. And it'll kill you. Yeah, I agree. And it is very tough, especially on the procedural missions. So you've got to maybe stockpile some cash on some easy stuff. Like, if you have a decent mech, I think targeted kills are pretty easy. Just basically get some assassinations if you can survive those. But just go for the lowest risk things. Stockpile your cash, roll it into some heroes. Then you can start hopefully increasing your level cap. And I guess my next question is, do you have the DLC packages? Because I think some of the DLC was like game changers. The fact you can get upgrade slots, which is going to increase your damage output. Yeah, the speed one doesn't come till later, but if you can increase your damage, your cooldown times, that will make a huge difference. So DLC does kind of add a boost. So I don't know if you're playing from a vanilla standpoint or with DLC, but I definitely think the third or fourth one that added the upgrades was pretty big. The Kestrel Lancers and some other stuff, you had some good mechs; those help, but yeah, anything you can do to juice up the mech is definitely helpful. So I'm trying to see, I mean, how many hero mechs do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not 1. So basically, I've really leveraged any kind of hero mech, or I think it's the Dragon's Gambit that had these interesting design ones with the green and gold. These also seem to be a step above some of their regular model counterparts. So just try to get into the stats of the mech and see if something's got a better hard point. I also like consolidating the same weapon type. So if I get 4 laser hard points, I put all the same laser. So it basically has the same fire rate, same cooldown, and then just drill something. And that's, again, why I come back to using lasers and machine guns very heavily, because you can just keep hammering something until you drop it. So it's a bit of a long explanation. So I hope those are just some of the things if you're getting used to it. So we can't fly out of here yet, I don't think. Will he let us fly out before we talk to him? I don't know what our next mission's going to be just yet, so let's, I don't know if I want to go to another hub. Let's go talk to Whiny Boy. Whiny Mechanic. Alright, what you got?
Hi, Gov. Thanks for stopping by. Rihanna tell you I wanted a word. Well, I do, mate. I definitely do. Because the situation down here is bloody ridiculous. It can't keep going
yeah.
on, eh? I mean, just
Here it
look at
goes.
them. Standing around like they ain't got no worries in the world. And me, busting my balls to get these mechs put back together. It ain't right. You know what I mean?
Not really. What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Oh, look, mate. No disrespect to whoever's been doing the job till now, but you got to start letting me hire my own people, eh? Seriously, this lot, they're a bunch of bloody dussers. Try to light a fire under them and they just stare at you like they're deaf and dumb. And you wonder why I complain so much? If it were up to me,
He
I'd
references it.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
All I'm asking, mate, a bit of help is all. Gonna get back to work now. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
Well, that's interesting. They actually made him self-aware to reference that he whines. So they waited this late in the game to have him address that. So again, like in the case of XCOM, you start unlocking all new kinds of skill sets for your base or for your soldiers. This would be an ideal opportunity to say, hey, you can now start hiring work crew. But I mean, I don't envision the game having that. But it would be kind of nice. So again, par for the course here. Talk to Whitey Boy and then talk to the captain. And then maybe we can fly out of here. So what's she saying now?
Commander, perfect timing. Spears has a new mission for us.
Good.
You don't say.
Securing the connection now. Go
No,
ahead,
Mr.
Sebastian.
Robot.
Commander,
That's
Good to see
Spears.
a shipping company, mostly supplying food, medicine, and materials to the outer settlements along the periphery, is being run out of business by raiders. My agents assure me that Comstar are the ones ultimately responsible for this egregious act. Paying these raiders to drive the shipping companies out of business means that people living way out here, completely isolated, will be forced to abandon their settlements. They'd have no other choice. We may have crushed Inferno, Commander, but Comstar's tactics haven't changed a bit.
Comstar wants to consolidate their control over this region of space. Maybe they believe it contains more Star League facilities and more treasure, but I suspect it has more to do with the location of these settlements and the possibility of prying eyes. This area borders the periphery, not too far from where the ancient star map we found ends. Beyond it is the missing section of the map.
Here be dragons.
Indeed. Full disclosure, Commander. I intend to lay claim to any archaeological finds we may discover in the name of interstellar expeditions.
That's
The
fine. You
mission
can
I'm
have
proposing is intended
rights.
to undermine Comstar and their own efforts in that same regard. Though I suspect you'd like to stop Comstar as much as I would, especially seeing how willing they are to destroy innocent lives, I still want to make sure we're on the same page. We are partners now, after all.
I would
Oh?
burn Comstar to the ground if I could. But unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to settle for Yamada's head. If this helps that effort, and we can do some good in the process, I'm in.
And getting our hands on some lost tech doesn't sound too shabby either, eh, Commander?
Not shabby at all.
Good then. The company's supply ships have been hit constantly over the past few months. Their main supply depot is the next logical target. If that gets destroyed, the company will have no choice but to fold. Their margins are tight enough as it is. I need you to protect that depot, Commander.
Consider it done.
All right. Good
Muh.
luck.
I'll have the briefing ready by the time we reach the system, Commander.
Copy that.
Okay, so the situation of us taking so long to get revenge reminds me of the memes where you see a skeleton and it says waiting for such and such to happen. Commander Mason is going to be a skeleton by the time we actually finish this revenge plot in all of its puppets, puppet masters, etc. So I think we'll take a stab at another mission here. So we've cleared the 2-hour mark. Let me just kind of see what they got going for us. Lifeline. So we got a depot, but the thing is, I want to know, are we going to the periphery of the inner sphere, or what's going on here? Don't prove you wrong, please. Where is it? Okay. Interesting. See, we're not quite at the edge yet. That's mercenary territory. I mean, it would be really awesome if suddenly it opened up all kinds of stuff up here, but I don't know if that's going to happen, or if it's just wishful thinking on my part. Alright, so we can fly through this space. We need repairs still, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and head up to this hub. And we'll take that one on, see what happens. Back to good old Goonsburg. Burg of Goons. So, stand by for a second. Alright. Alright, let's get some repairs rolling here. So we're still at 18. We just paid the quarterly. Hopefully not too much damage inflicted to the wallet. Man, I have not been paying attention to the mission titles. I'm going to have to go back and watch all this just so I can put them in the description. Alright, no sign of Hero Mech. Very small industrial hub. So what I'm probably going to do is fly up to this one and see if it pops up. If not, we'll carry on. Not much else to do at this point. I haven't had reason to change pilots or anything. Are they even increasing our difficulty on... this is only slowly going up. We've kind of gone from 11 to 12 in terms of the campaign missions. So I think maybe we'll wrap after getting Lifeline done here. Yeah, so our others are still in 11, 12, 13 range. I think we're going to have to get some better mechs to take on that pirate hunt mission. Okay, here we go. Let's get some stuff done here. Oh, that's right. One step closer. Yet again, the rare Battlemaster. Is it the one? Nope. See, this one doesn't even have the hard points for the extra speed and stuff. Still haven't bought a longbow. This is probably the best time to get one, given that it's in territory we're highly discounted. It's an 85. You know what? Maybe it's finally time to buy one of those. Still don't have a Black Knight yet. Lots of lasers. That's such a mixed bag. So you've got 4 medium lasers, a small, 2 large, and a PPC. If it weren't for the fact that I already had the Hunchback with like 7 or 8 lasers on it, I'd be tempted. I mean, I do like the fact how this thing is super tall. It's not super slow, but... I'll come back for the Black Knight. But however... Stand by. Didn't set my stuff up right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and buy a longbow. Give the bots something to use.
Prepped and ready, Commander.
Captain Smallwood, really? Oh, you know what? There's a major in here. 55. And
I've seen it all. Now,
Captain Purvis. 57.
Ready for mission briefing and drop preparations.
That's just bizarre. She sounds Russian but looks Asian. Interesting. Okay. Oh, let's check the equipment. AC-20 for an extra almost 2 million. You know what? Let's do it. Solid, but it's garbage. Nothing medium laser or machine gun. Alright. Alright, we haven't saved in a while. Better do that. Alright. We are still on the hub, so the intent was to check for an icon. Nothing. Okay, so now we can carry on. Probably should have saved over here. I will overwrite it. No, we'll leave it alone. I don't have to change the planet name. Okay, let's check this contract out. So it goes up to 85. We're almost up to 380. Shipping company. They're going on a business, so we'll probably have to defend, like it says. Yep, okay. Ready, augmenting my comp says ready access to a deep inventory of mechs. So it won't be a walk in the park. No, it'll be a walk across the plateau. Alright, so they still don't like us very much. Let's get coverage. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. Kind of skimping on the sea bills for being campaign missions. Alright, I can bust my Mauler back out. Our laser's a little bit more expendable at this point. Victor's a little bit lower on the weight, though. Okay. So, we're at... Oops, wrong one again. 95 and 185, or 80. So if the longbow is an 85, I think, but I don't have it outfitted yet. So really I can't do any better unless I had another 100 active. Or another, oh, actually we can bump you up to the Cyclops. There we go. Alright, so we're now 5 points shy. Alright, let's see what happens here. Running out of caffeine. Reach the depot, so that means take 5 steps and you're there.
Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors open. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
All systems nominal.
The shipping company's supply depot has been marked on your map. Get there and protect it from raider attack.
Winter sunset.
If that supply depot falls, thousands of innocent people will be forced from their homes, Commander. Good luck.
Copy. We're Oscar Mike.
I'm sure this dude could have a great career in doing Call of Duty voice work. For NPCs. NPCs that play NPCs. Alright, so how many enemies are we gonna have to rout? So is that shadow or dark terrain? I don't see anything that would generate that shadow, so almost like it's just a scorched, maybe a rock slide or something.
Looks like we found the place, Commander.
47.
Hostile forces just crossed the perimeter, Commander.
All
They're
right,
heading
this
your
will be
way.
interesting.
Mercenaries, thanks for the assistance. Keeping our facilities secure and intact against the onslaught of hostile enemies is your one and only priority. Don't screw it up.
Thank you for that snarkastic report.
Let's make our quota.
Target javelin.
That was a miss.
Enemy contact closing on the complex. Time to earn your pay, Commander.
That was the idea.
Combat vehicle rolling in. Be sure to
Alright, we
take
gotta
it
take these
apart.
out.
Threat eliminated.
Alright, let's not damage the base here, folks.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Over the mountain. Ah, clipped by the tree. Nothing interrupts target lock like a tall pine tree. I got it.
Entering the combat zone's perimeter. Brace for additional contacts.
Brace for party. There we go. That's some red. Can't get a lock. Ooh, one's on the far side.
One of our assigned targets is flying in.
Hopefully they can take it out.
Gas tank just blew. Don't let them get any other ones.
Locust.
That's kind of ignoring me. What's going on here, Locust?
Mercenary Review Board is going to hear about this.
Oh, wah.
Target acquired.
This never gets old.
Get out of here, scrub.
Amazing,
There we
Commander.
go.
Nice kill. That's even going critical.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, these things are doing a little too much damage here. Get out of here. Man, I can't. My turning radius is jank.
Target destroyed.
Your resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the surrounding area.
I would assume so. Skybats.
VTOL on approach.
Oh, lost radar lock or hostiles. What's going on here?
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target Centurion.
Come on, 401. Better put that down.
Target acquired.
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
Target mech down.
Damage
There you go,
to the
send us some
facilities
easy
is
stuff.
minor at the moment, Commander. But we cannot
Yes,
allow
yes,
such
yes.
damage to cascade. Do what you can to draw the enemies away from here.
Working on it.
Mercenaries, they got the fusion plant. We can't afford them to cripple such a vital structure.
Hey, are you related to Fahad by chance? Because you're sure complaining a lot.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
They got the ore refinery. Enemy destroyed.
Target destroyed.
don't want to leave stragglers out here, so I'm going to start shooting stuff when I'm not looking. Alright, they're probably getting ready to send us another heavy wave of something here. There goes radar lock. Again. I'm gonna keep this thing above 60%. I don't want to go that far out. If they keep hiding behind the mountains, they're wasting time.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Reconnaissance flights show increased enemy presence in the vicinity. Be on the lookout for further hostiles.
Alright, 18 more. Oh yeah, there's some heavies. Let's get these on the way.
Target acquired.
Oof, that's a long way out. Ooh, tagged him. Oh yeah, now we're bringing some heavy stuff. Oh boy, here comes the damage.
Target awesome.
There we go. There's a headshot. Oop, about the 60% marker here.
New target rifleman. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Where's this little line?
New target spider.
Ah, I don't even run circles around this guy. Can you please hit that thing?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright. And as I hit the building. As they hit the building. That's great.
Dumbass, aren't you? Aim toward the enemy, why don't you?
Excuse me, I will burn your house to the ground. Why don't you roll up your sleeves and get out of here? 12 more. Keep it above 30.
Additional contacts just crossed the perimeter, Commander. Expect company soon.
Yeah, can you get him here by 11 o'clock, please? Where's the dropship at? Oh, and they're coming from both sides. These flyers taken care of.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh yeah, here comes some heavies.
New target Cyclops. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Enemy mech down.
Target acquired.
That's right. Keep your eyes trained here, not on the building.
Watch it. My last kill is about to explode.
Enemy reinforcements spotted in the area.
6 more.
They look like they're heading your way.
Oh, yes. Dropping them right on the base. Fantastic.
Target acquired.
Drop some lightweights. Oop, that didn't.
Target stalker.
Ooh, stalkers.
That mech is on our kill list. You know what to
Yes.
do.
2 stalkers. That's a marauder.
New target victim.
He flies away, he's sitting right next to me.
Target mech eliminated.
Target destroyed.
Alright, 2 left. This guy's circling around. Where is he at? Should get on the ground. Or yeah, get in the dirt. Alright, last one's a flyer or a tank?
Target acquired.
That's tank. Stop shooting the radio tower. Ah, I got your number. He's chipping away at it.
The facility is suffering heavy damage, Commander. Get in there and engage as many targets as you can. Great work, Commander. At the extraction point.
That's rough for a defense mission. 47's a lot. Yikes. Alright, all this cool heavy stuff that we can't afford, but yeah, decent weapons, we will take those. I mean, a large laser replacement would be fantastic. We might take the mediums if we find nothing else. That's around 2s, huh? Machine guns are only 2s. Pricey here. You know what? Oh my, 9 points just to get the AC-20, which you don't really need, but it's up there. I'll take an LRM 15, I guess. Call it a day. That's not bad. It's about 10% damage. First set of coordinates, huh? Shouldn't be long. Alright. Who knows? A few weeks, a few months, a few years, a few decades. You know, I might have the encryption algorithm done by then, and then we'll be skeletons. At least we get 4 mil out of that. Alright, we'll at least start the process here and then see where the map takes us. This is the most story content you've had packed into one episode. Who's this guy? What's he doing up here? Dude, your place is down the hangar. Get down there.
Commander, I've done it. I've broken the encryption on the first set of coordinates.
About time.
Hey, don't start. I wondered myself if I'd ever crack the encryption. But here we are.
Never doubted you for a minute, Rihanna. What did you find?
Well, not as much as I'd hoped, to be perfectly honest. Take a look. This is the ancient star map we discovered inside the fortress on Xinjiang. You can see where the missing section of the map is supposed to be, right here. The coordinates I unlocked point to this location, a system on the innermost edge of the periphery. I researched it as best I could. All I found was its designation, HD 276914. From everything we know, it's uninhabited. There's nothing out there, Commander. No colonists, no miners, no record that anyone's ever even been there.
Why would my father have gone to so much trouble to protect these coordinates? There has to be something out there.
I agree. The question is, what?
There's
A
only
black
one way to
hole.
find out. I'll get us to those coordinates ASAP.
All right. Once we're there, we'll have a much better idea of exactly what we've unlocked.
Roger that.
Okay, cool. So, they did work against my suspicions, and they have started to provide stuff out there. So, what does that do for us? We probably gotta get a transmission first. I mean, look, the map has a lot of space here before it tells you can't go no further. So let's check for a transmission. Yep, there is. Uncharted periphery system outside of Korean territory. Okay, so it doesn't highlight anything. So, I mean, it's just kind of like they showed us a amorphous boundary, but really, not much else going on there. So we got a long way to go before getting there. So let's at least park it. Can we get to here on one pass? No, that's out of range. I think maybe we'll have to fire up with a... get to do some arena stuff next week and then carry on. And look at all these other transmissions we got floating around out here. I know we got those two. We got, I think, a couple more that I spotted when we were in that territory. So yeah, I guess we'll do some arena and outer edges of space next time. But hey, we finally got revenge. 5 decades, no problem. I don't know if there's anything here to swamp. Treasure hunters, nah. Okay, let's get our repairs started. Let's save. Alright, check for equipment. Ooh, a level 3 large. A bunch of those. Let's actually get a bunch of those. Nothing there. Ah, pulse laser. Don't really use the pulses. Let's try 6 though. Yeah, we'll take a level 4. Nothing we're really looking for here. Let's leave that alone.
I've seen it all. Now, I want to get paid for it.
Uh-huh. Sure you do. Alright, so we'll leave that quest active. It is a level 13. Looks like stuff's actually going up in difficulty now. Alright, you know I said I wanted to park it here, but... yeah, we'll stay parked here, because otherwise... I mean, I know I could go find an arena one over there, but... we'll leave it at that. So, yeah, we're just pinch over 2.5 hours, so... it has been a productive evening. Stanzik be the planet we have stopped at. Alright, so it's also been a pretty good night socially, so appreciate everybody who's been hanging out, stopping by. Music turned down here a pinch. So, had some visitors. Appreciate Maven hanging out with us for a bit, saying hi, because it's been a long time, and she even dropped some gold pills on us on Pilled. Highly appreciated. Also, great to catch up with Jolly Roger. We were talking some Elden Ring for a bit there, and also appreciate Grave Atlas hanging out with us on Twitch. Had some back and forth talking about some mech differences, and I think that'll do it for tonight. So, also, just... keep in mind, if you're interested in some co-op stuff, we'll be doing Cooperative Laboratory tomorrow. My guess is probably about 5 p.m. Eastern. So it's not set in stone, but just, you know, if you want, get the notification, make sure you hit the follows and subscribes. Hopefully all that behind-the-scenes stuff does its thing. But also, if you wouldn't mind, hit those likes and red pills and all that fun stuff. And then stay tuned. We'll have our official outing on Sunday at 7 p.m. for Mercenaries 2, and then we'll get into all kinds of fun stuff next week, getting some other games in rotation for our summer bonus bash, and of course working on more MechWarrior and Project Snowblind on our after hours or our summer hours for our Tuesdays and Thursdays. So in the meantime, have a fantastic weekend. We will see you soon.